Hello everybody, this is Mariela Berrocal from our course ELM 537, Teaching Children's Literature. Today I will be presenting my author study on one of the most recognized authors in children's books, Eric Carle. So, who is Eric Carle? Besides being an acclaimed and beloved author, Eric Carle is a master in designing and illustrating children's picture books. He has been doing this in more than 70 books, many of which have been translated into 62 languages and sold over 44 million copies. His art is distinctive and easy to recognize. Using hand-painted papers in collage technique, he creates these beautiful, bright, and cheerful images. The story themes in many of his books are derived from his love of nature, including the ocean, animals, flowers, and trees. I found most of the books at a local Wake County public library, and I had a couple of them that I have bought for my twin children when they were about 3 years old. Also, as a kindergarten teacher assistant, I have read many of these books, so I was very familiar with the content in them. For this author study, we will read and make use of at least 9 different books from the acclaimed author Eric Carle. Students will be having small group discussions and as a class from read aloud books, comparing and contrasting themes, practice counting, retelling stories in an orderly sequence manner, asking questions and making connections to the stories, identifying key details in characters, stories, factual information, and practice phonetic awareness. They will be acquiring knowledge through a variety of activities that will be recorded and graded in science and writing journals, general classroom notebooks, and hands-on projects. Research will be stressed for the execution of their final project. This project will be targeted at the kindergarten grade level. The lessons and activities that we will be doing will take about 8 to 10 school days. Since all of the books that we will be using are picture books, the kindergarten audience should feel comfortable and highly engaged during our read aloud story times. One of the reasons for doing this author study is that students will be building critical thinking skills through a variety of lessons and activities. Another great reason is that we will be making connections across the curriculum. Therefore, knowing students' interests and authors they like to read about and why can help tremendously to not only make better choices on author study selection, but also lead into richer and more successful engaging and fun learning environments. Some of the activities that we will be doing in the classroom will be, for example, with this book, Walter the Baker, we will read it out loud first, and then the students will have the opportunity to ask questions about the illustrations, and we will discuss the characters, and we will make personal connections to the story. For this day, we will be using a Venn diagram. Students will be doing a literary analysis, comparing and contrasting the characters and experiences from 2 books. Those 2 books will be The Very Busy Spider and Love from the Very Hungry Caterpillar. For this day, we will be reading the book called Today is Monday, and we will be paying close attention to phonetics. The students will talk and share their favorite foods, and we will make a list to match the same letter of that particular day. For example, for Monday, it could be meatballs, macaroni. For Tuesday, tacos, tuna. And then we will form small groups so that students can discuss and illustrate pages on their notebooks. Do you want to be my friend? This is a very sweet book and pretty much has almost no words. Students will be participating and asking questions during and after their read aloud, and then we will be making connections to similar situations. We will be talking about friendship, being lonely or scared. Then we will discuss the meaning of being a true friend. As a fun, crafty activity, we will be making friendship bracelets with pipe cleaners and colorful beads to share. These are some of the books that I will be using for my author study. As you can see, I selected a variety of themes. So the culminating project for students will be based on the information accumulated and learned during our author study. Students will have a choice to select one book of their preference, studied and discussed within our almost 2-week author study. They will need to analyze the illustrations, morale, plot, genre, characters, events, and themes in the book. The teacher will assign a day for each student's presentation, and it should be no longer than 30 minutes. The project format can be displayed as a poster board, and the requirements for the poster board are illustration analysis, morale, if there was a lesson learned in the story or from the story, the main idea in the story, genre is the book telling a story or just reporting facts, expressing thoughts or ideas, detailed description of the characters, and the students should also be able to remember or recollect information of the events in the stories and the themes, if it was about numbers, animals, love, etc. Students not only will be graded on their understanding of content, but also on their speaking and listening skills. Another kindergarten class will be invited for the student's presentation to observe and learn from similar projects. This will conclude my presentation. Thank you very much for watching.